technology.
I would like to start that I am very pleased to be in your conference, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to inform you about our program, capacity building program in disaster risk management. I also realize that this is the last day, last session, and there are several other presentations are coming, so I'm trying to be very brief. And if you are interested in our program, we have a couple of brochures in the front table here, so you can pick up after the session. So with my colleague who is sitting behind on one of the tables, we are coming from the World Bank. And most probably, most of you know about the bank. We are an international financial organization and providing credit and loan advice and capacity building activities for developing countries. Within the bank, there is a special unit, the World Bank Institute, and we are the learning arm of the bank. So we are not providing loans, we are not providing credit, we are providing public goods, which is learning and training. So I'm going to speak about the capacity building program in disaster risk management and the approach we are following. So about our program and design, what is our objective? We would like to promote proactive disaster risk management practices. And as the topic of this conference is climate change adaptation, I think there is a very obvious for all of you that there is a very close connection between the two. We also would like to raise awareness and create a culture of prevention through our program. We would like to advance the analytical knowledge and skills of professionals in specific areas of disaster risk management. And we would like to improve the professional quality in disaster education and training. We are focusing on institutional capacity building. So our objective is not as much to improve the individual's capacity, but the capacity of institutions. And we are working with the National Institute of Disaster Management in India. We are working with the National Disaster Coordination Council in the Philippines, with Middle East Technical University from Turkey, and we are also in our pipeline the work with the Asian Disaster Preparedness Center and others. We are providing know-how transfer. We designed a learning system in the disaster risk management, and we are providing technical assistance in curriculum development and development of diploma and certification program in this area. But we have different learning products, training program with strong online component, and I assume that's why we are here to inform and brief you about the web-based learning program of the World Bank Institute. We have a comprehensive introductory course and so-called specialized courses in this area. We are doing advocacy activities, and we are supporting knowledge exchange and peer-to-peer learning on our website. You can pick up our brochure, and I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present.
Thank you very much, Dr. Demeter. If there are any questions coming from the audience, please raise your hands. Dr. Hadley, please.
Very interesting presentation on the learning. Just a couple of things. I'm wondering, do you charge fees for course? And also, what are the students able to make if there
The World Bank Institute is not charging for the courses, but we encourage the partners who are delivering the program to charge and to do it on a cost recovery basis. So we provide it as a public good, and they should charge because we'd like to ensure that it's sustainable. Concerning what they are getting, This is our one main issue, and we are working with several of our partners that the completion of this program leads to some type of an acknowledgement in the promotion of these professionals. And it's not only about whether we give the certificate or not, because we can give a certificate. The question is whether the national entities acknowledge our certificate and, and take into account in HR development. So we are working on diploma program. We have already with the Middle East Technical University for its accredited diploma program. We are thinking of a specific so-called certification program, and also we are working through our partners with the Ministries of Education to acknowledge the program as for the career development of the participants.
I think the course on climate change and disaster risk management, I would like to know some feedback on what are your experiences and whether this has been customized. The Bali roadmap and even current negotiations on climate regime are giving much focus on, yesterday I mentioned in my presentation also, this measurability, reportability and verifiability. All the actions for addressing climate change, either in terms of mitigation, or adaptation, or technology, or financing, or capacity building, should be measurable, reportable, and verifiable. So this is only a suggestion. Perhaps European and in this program could probably look into developing a specific course or a specific research project addressing this MRV component in the context of climate change. Thank you.
Okay, so the climate change course. I have to tell you that the climate change course, I didn't expect that such a success as it is. So we have a lot of applicants for the courses. It wasn't customized yet, neither for India, neither for the Philippines, because it's a relatively new course, but we are working on that. Thank you.
Each country try to establish their own program, but in the European level, most of the countries send their researchers in certain areas, like some examples we have done in the breakout sessions. So they found the metrology-related areas. What is their problem in metrology? How precisely they need measurements for environmental changes, so what they need. So from that specs, for example, let me give you some examples from energy areas. Well, from environment, for instance, it's a good example. So nuclear waste, how can we bury it? How important to bury them? So when you bury them, you have to find a proper soil structure, and then you have to monitor it for a long time. But this monitoring requires very precise long-distance measurements. So that is not possible at the moment to precisely on that level to measure these distances in the kilometers, a couple of microns. So now one of the projects is working in the European Meteorology Research Program to produce such kind of device